വിദേശകാര്യ സെക്രട്ടറി വിനയ് മോഹൻ കോത്ര മാധ്യമങ്ങളെ കാണുകയാണ് തത്സമയം.
Things once they are rectified, it would not be correct to really prejudge the discussions which are going forward. I would simply like to state that there are several private sector investment projects that remain under discussion between the private sector entities of the two sides, and our intention is to focus and foster a greater investment cooperation. And naturally investment cooperation involves capital flows from the private sector and including from the government where necessary between the two economies. The bilateral investment treaty that I spoke about earlier on would essentially serve a strong, I would say, legal foundations to ensure that the investors in each other's economy can take stronger steps, bigger steps for investment partnership. With regard to IMAC, I mentioned to you some of the important elements what this particular agreement would do. I think I would take you back a bit when the IMAC was launched in Delhi, and you would recall that the central thrust of this one of the central thrusts of this particular agreement was on the regional connectivity, to strengthen regional connectivity between the countries involved in this India-Middle East economic corridor. As I mentioned to you, logistics platforms. Now, logistics platform is a very extensive vertical in itself. So different elements of logistics platform. Supply chain services, I mentioned about that. Now, when you go for supply chain services, there is already an extensive interlinking of various supply chain services globally. India, UAE are part of that. Now, this would include, as I mentioned, these are specific technical things, but since you asked, I'll just mention, these would include general cargo, bulk containers, liquid bulk, but the whole idea is that this economic corridor moves forward, strengthens regional connectivity, expands economic partnership, opens up new areas of opportunity for trade ties to grow naturally. It also opens up new opportunities for certain trade services to grow. So when you talk of logistics, naturally logistics services, just besides the logistics infrastructure, would be an important element of it. All in all, a very important agreement for us to proceed on the launch, which was done at the G20 summit last year. विशाल, कतर का यात्रा का जहाँ तक प्रश्न है, वो यात्रा के प्रारंभ से पहले और यात्रा के दौरान जो भी दोनों देशों के नेतृत्व